want to make sure we have enough time before when we go on, and we're not going to do it like 30 seconds, so that we're cut short with our intro right now.
I could just hold that last note for as long as you need it.
Hello and welcome inside White House Field for the beginning of a new Cape Cod League baseball season as the Harwich Mariners are set to take on the Orleans Firebirds. I'm Austin Rooney alongside my broadcast.
You gotta watch the national anthem part. It's hilarious, yeah. Because they're playing the Rangers in Alaska, so they want them to be out in the cold as long as they can. To sing the national anthem as long as they can.
Okay.
I'm ready whenever you are.
All right.
What kind of we gonna talk about?
Scout.
Let's talk about outlook on the season.
Opening the season.
Just talk about the pre-match game, which players to watch for, just basic stuff.
We'll just talk about that. Returning players.
Yeah.
So it's right next to the bubble right here? Yeah, next to this big 6 feet.
Stallings, Scout, Keys, and we're done. All right, let's go with the quick run through. Ready to run through it? We're gonna go like.
I'm ready to go right now.
All right, you want to? I'll go one time right now. Hello and welcome to White House Field for the beginning of a new Cape Cod League baseball season as the Harwich Mariners. Hello and welcome to White House Field for the beginning of a new Cape Cod League baseball season as the Harwich Mariners are set to take on the Orleans Firebirds. I'm Austin Rooney alongside my broadcasting partner Thomas Inzarella. And Thomas, it is great to be back on Cape Cod.
It's one of the best leagues around, and my 19th year now in the Cape, so I can't really get it going.
And the Harwich Mariners, of course, have a new roster this season with a new season, but of course, there are some returning players as well. Brad Devo back along with Jake Agnos.
Yeah, they're exciting players to watch, up-and-coming guys to look forward to the draft next year, and the scouts want to see them, and they can't wait to be back on the Cape, so they're ready to go.
And for today's game, the pitching matchup is Garrett Stalling going for the Harwich Mariners and Levi Stout for the Orleans Firebirds. What can you expect for the two pitchers today, Thomas?
Well, both of them are superb pitchers on the mound. That's why they're getting the nod on opening day, getting the ball early. So I would expect, maybe some early jitters. First game of the Cape League, playing against some of the best hitters in the country. They've proven themselves in college. They're going to prove themselves in the Cape. If you can prove yourself in the Cape, you're good to go in the MLB, as we've seen in the past. So.
And transitioning from the pitchers into the keys of the game, what do you expect out of both teams tonight, Thomas?
Well, the wind is blowing about northwest out of the ballpark, so left center it's blowing out. And BP today, the right-handed hitters that were just mashing him out into left center. I mean, the balls were going 20 yards into the woods. I mean, when they're hopping. So I'm expecting maybe a little high-scoring affair. Not very obviously high-scoring, but maybe some runs early on, and maybe if the wind dies down, we'll see some balls stay in the park. So.
All right, we'll take a break for the national anthem and be back afterwards for the first pitch. You're listening to Harwich Mariners Baseball on the Harwich Mariners Radio Network. Thomas and Zarella. As we take a look at the starting pitcher for tonight's matchup is Garrett Stallings for the Harwich Mariners.
So Stallings, a sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia, boasts a 4.58 ERA this year with a 5-5 record in 16 appearances and 11 starts. He did pitch 2 complete games and was on for the 2 saves in 78 2/3 of an innings pitched. So Stallings is a guy that really commands his pitches well. So he's not a guy that's going to strike a lot of guys out, as we said in the pregame show, but if he can command his pitches really well, he'll retire these fibers in order.
As we take a look now at the Orleans Firebirds starting lineup, batting first and playing center field, Brandon White, batting second and playing right field, Matt Frazier. Batting third and catching is Jack Scrochans. Batting fourth and playing first base is Logan Wyatt. Batting fifth and playing left field, Carter Aldretti. Batting sixth and playing third base is Justin Levy. Batting seventh and playing second base is Quincy McGaffey. Batting eighth and designated hitting is Kevin Milam. And closing out the order and playing shortstop is Sal Gazzo.
And on the defensive side for the Mariners, you'll see from left to right of the outfield, Chris Galland, Cam Thompson in center, and Gabe Rivera in right. Tanner Morris playing short from Virginia, Ray Gill at third, Danny Casals playing second, and at first base from Tennessee, Andre Lipsius. And behind the plate, doing the catching for Garrett Stallings, is Logan Driscoll from George Mason.
Just moments away from first pitch as Garrett Stallings takes his warm-up pitches. You mentioned it with Garrett Stallings, control is going to be key for him. He walked just 8 batters in 78 innings this past season. Only struck out 37, though. We mentioned not that many strikeouts. He's not going to be a guy who has a lot of swings and misses. He's going to be a guy who pounds the zone. Players are going to get some contact, and he's going to have to rely on the infield behind him.
Oh, exactly. It's going to be as an important job for Logan Driscoll behind the plate, calling the pitches and everything. Got to call a great game against a couple of Turner guys in Orleans who can really hit the ball. So, especially when blown to left center, he's got to be careful tonight. He's got to really command his pitches well, low in the zone, trying to leave anything over the plate, and he's got to bury his pitches down the dirt.
And batting first for the Firebirds is Brandon White.
Number 7, Brandon White.
As White digs in the right-hander's batter's box.
White's a speedy guy that typical leadoff hitter can really steal the bags once he gets on base.
The pitch in there for strike one, and the Cape Cod League baseball season is underway for the Harwich Mariners in 2018. The 0-1 offering from Stallings misses upstairs, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon White.
I guess a joke from Major League, they say you can always tell the season goes from the first batter, so we shall see.
The 1-1 offering. That one misses low, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. White digs back in the right-hander's batter's box. The 2-1 offering. Swung on and grounded over towards shortstop. Morris fields it, throws across the diamond, not in time. The speedy Brandon White beats out the throw at first base.
I mean, he just flew down that first base line. A little flash of maybe Kyler Murray from last year on the Mariners, but no, I mean that was a tough play for Morris. A little chopper into the bat there. I mean, nothing he could do there. So he'd really up and fire in that one.
You mentioned Kyler Murray, the 9th overall pick in the 2018 MLB draft. The second hitter in this Orleans batting order, Matt Frazier, stands in the batter's box. The pitch, this one misses upstairs. Brandon White looked like he took a first step as if he was going to steal, but came back to first base.
Well, Nicholson might want to get the Orleans maybe out and running early, try to get some early runs, production. Maybe on the base pass might be away.
The 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Frazier out of Arizona only had 97 at-bats this past season. Batted .266. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed from Frazier. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right fielder.
A great pitch by Stallings there. You can see right after the pitch, Driscoll really acknowledged Stallings the way he put through that changeup right there.
And Stallings throws over to first to check on Brandon White. 1 ball and 2 strikes, no outs, top half of the first inning. Brandon White stands on first base. The 1-2 pitch swung on and line foul down the left field line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Interesting about Frazier is that he was drafted in the 30th round in the 2016 MLB draft, and yet his dad was drafted by the A's in 1992, so keeping some family bloodline right there.
The 1-2 offering, that one comes up and in on Matt Frazier. He has to dodge out of the way. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frazier steps back into the left-hander's batter's box. White leads off first. The 2-2 pitch swung on and grounded towards second, fielded by Casals. Throws the second for 1, and they're not going to toss back on to first as Frazier, was easily in there. White did a nice job breaking up the double play opportunity.
I mean, his speed really interrupted that double play there. Obviously, Casals was just trying to get 1 at second. I mean, if you get speed off the base pass, it's a big thing, because if he stays on second, a little blue pit's going to score him easily. So they want to get him off the base pass as quickly as possible.
The 3-hitter in the lineup, Jax Groshans, stands in the batter's box, awaits the offering from the pitcher Stallings, as Stallings will throw over to first to check on Frazier. Groshans was in the Cape Cod League last season as well for a short period of time.
Yeah, interesting. His younger brother was drafted this year. I remember watching that scoreboard, watching that on during the draft about if his brother was going to get drafted, otherwise he's going to join him at Kansas.
First pitch in there with a breaking ball, count 0-1 to Groshans.
Really mixing his pitches well right now. First pitch curveball. I don't think Groshans was looking for that one.
1 out, top of the first inning. Frazier leads off first base. Game remains scoreless. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. He goes with the off-speed once more. And Stallings finds himself ahead of the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
He's really spotting his off-speed pitches really well. Looked like maybe a changeup there that just sunk right away and then buried him right at the knees. So down the hole.
The 0-2 offering. Check swing, but Groshans holds up. They appeal over to first. The first base umpire, Joe Caraco, says he doesn't go around. Caraco has been around the Cape Cod Baseball League quite a few times.
Very
most well-known umpires around the league. The 1-2 pitch, chopper over towards second. Casals flips the second for 1, and Morris had a tough time handling it over at second, but he'll pick the ball up, get 1 out, no chance at the double play.
I don't think I've ever seen back-to-back fielder's choices before, but it looked like, Casals didn't know if he was in between, he's going to tag him or if he was going to flip, so he was a little between, so that's why I might have a little sloppy between the exchange between him and Morris, so 2 down here in the inning at least.
2 outs, top of the first inning, and Jax Groshans now leads off at first base. And the cleanup hitter, Logan Wyatt, has quite an impressive on-base percentage. As he swings to the first pitch, chops it over to first, Lipsius fields, and tags out Wyatt, and that'll do it for the end of the top half of the first. Game remains scoreless. We'll be back with the bottom half of the first inning. Back in the bottom half of the first inning, game remains scoreless. Austin Rooney alongside Thomas Inzarella as the starting pitcher for the Orleans Firebirds is Levi Stout.
And then In the field for the Firebirds, starting from left to right in the outfield, Aldretti, Wright, and Frazier. And then as short as Gazzo, Levy playing third, McCaffrey playing second, Logan White playing first, and Jax Groshan doing the catching for Levi Stroud.
And the starting lineup for the Harwich Mariners, batting first and playing left field is Chris Gallen, batting second and playing short is Tanner Morris, batting third and playing right field is Gabe Rivera, batting fourth and designated hitting is Nate Eichhoff, batting fifth and playing second base is Danny Casals, batting sixth and playing first base is Andre Lipsius, batting seventh and catching is Logan Driscoll, batting eighth and playing third base Ray Gill, and closing out the order and playing center field is Cam Thompson.
Leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Mariners from Boston College,
The Orleans Firebirds,
the
Levi
left fielder,
Stroud.
Chris Galland.
So both teams have one of those speedy, quick guys that can really knock the socks out of the ball. Galland batting .316 this year at Boston College in his freshman year.
First pitch to Gallen in there for strike one on the inside corner.
Led the Eagles in stolen bases this year with 28 of them.
Yoan offering. It's the lower part of the zone. The count, no balls and 2 strikes to Chris Gallen.
Got a local kid from Sudbury, spent a PG year at Cheshire Academy. A couple Massachusetts kids in the Cape League.
The 0-2 offering chopped over towards second base. Throws the first. And that's the first out of the inning as McAfee retires the first Mariners batter. So one away in the bottom half of the first inning. Tanner Morris, the shortstop, gets
Number
ready to
10,
step into the
shortstop
batter's
from
box.
the University of Virginia.
Levi Stout
Tanner
this past
Morris.
season was very good at keeping the ball inside the ballpark. Did not allow a single home run this year at Lehigh.
And most of his starts, I mean, he gave up, I think, almost 3/4 of starts for 3 runs or less. So
And the first pitch to Tanner Morris is swung on and missed. Count, no balls and 1 strike to the left-handed hitter. The 0-1 offering, that one runs inside, and the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
2 ACC guys to start off the lineup, and Chris and Tanner going at a little bit of each other about their batting averages in the ACC play this year before the game.
1-1 pitch, also in there for a strike. Count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the 3-hitter and 4 hitters as well, also ACC, is Gabe Rivera out of the University of Miami. And the 1-2 pitch misses low. Count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nate Eichhoff out of the University of Virginia.
And then Paven Smith from Virginia, who's now in the Diamondbacks organization, former Harwich Manor. You had from UVA too, Adam Hazley played for Orleans just 2 seasons ago. He was a first rounder last year by the Phillies. So a lot of Cavaliers and ACC guys coming through the Cape.
2-2 pitch is fouled off, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah,
Bottom half of the first inning, scoreless game, 1 out. And Tanner Morris stands in the left-hander's batter's box. The 2-2 offering from Stout is swung on and lifted into left field. Aldretti moves over towards the left field line and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
I mean, even that ball right there, I mean, it drifted just a little more off the bat. It looked like it was going to be a little shallow, and then it kind of carried a little bit into foul territory. So that's the one playing effect already in the bottom half of the first inning.
Gabe Rivera.
And Gabe Rivera out of the University of Miami. Gets set, stands in the right-hander's batter's box. The pitch from Stout bounces in there, ball 1.
Freshman from Miami, Florida, plays for the Hurricanes, and he's sporting his Hurricane batting gloves right now. So
The 1-0 pitch to Rivera is fouled off to the backstop, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
got fellow Ray Gill, a Hurricane, and also for Orleans, a Hurricane broadcaster. So they were chatting it up before the game.
Ray Gill is the number 8 hitter in the Harwich Mariners order tonight. The 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stout to the set. The 1-2 pitch swung on and lifted into left field. It's in there for a base hit. It's the first Harwich Mariners base hit as Gabe Rivera lines a single into left.
He only played in 22 games this year, but that was a good piece of hit in there. Stout put it, maybe left it a little high. The breaking ball there with 2 strikes. Maybe not where you want to put it, but good piece of hitting by Rivera.
And Nate Eichhoff steps into the left-hander's batter's box. 2 outs, runner on first base. Game scoreless in the bottom half of the first inning.
The junior from Bristow, Virginia. His mother actually played softball at Georgia Tech, so gets ACC in the blood maybe before.
First pitch right down Broadway for strike 1.
We talked about it before. Levi Stroud needed to get ahead on accounts. He's pitched a lot of first pitch strikes this first half inning, getting ahead.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled off and out of play. Count no balls and 2 strikes. Rivera on first, 2 away in the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, Stout's going to make sure he doesn't leave a note like a 2-strike pitch over the plate like last time to Rivera. So might see something in the off speed in the dirt here.
The 0-2 offering from Stout. In there for strike 3. As Nate Eichhoff goes down looking, and at the end of 1, it is the Mariners nothing, and the Firebirds nothing. Will be back with the top half of the second inning. Back in the top half of the second inning, scoreless game between the Harwich Mariners and the Orleans Firebirds. It's the 5-hitter Carter Aldretti.
Yeah, talk about Arizona State broadcasters in the Cape. We see a lot of maybe some Pac-12 Arizona State players out here. Aldretti is one of them.
And the first pitch to Aldretti is in there for strike 1. Count no balls and 1 strike. Stallings had a pretty quick first inning through 15 pitches. The 0-1 offering clips the outside corner, and the count no balls and 2 strikes.
Attacking the leadoff hitter right away after maybe last time with Brandon White.
The 0-2 pitch. That one just missed outside with the breaking ball. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And even the hit from Brandon White was a chopper over towards short. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Aldretti goes down on strikes, 1 away in the top half of the second inning.
That's a great off-speed pitch there by Stallings, and I think just the way he's mixed up his pitches right now is a really good job, and that's what Coach Angler brings as a more of a catching and hitting coach. He knows how to call a good game, and that's why we've seen so many great pitchers come through Harwich.
That's right, and he lets the catchers call the game themselves. Logan Driscoll calling the pitches behind home plate. First pitch is low for ball one, and a lot of times in college baseball, you'll see the manager be the one who's actually calling the balls, calling the pitches.
And maybe Casey Mize the only one that called his own game.
The 1-0 pitch is swung on and lifted in towards right field. Rivera comes in and makes the catch for the second out of the top of the second inning. 2 outs, no score on the top of the second. As the 7-hitter, Quincy McAfee,
Number 5, the
stands
second
in the
baseman
right-hander's
from
batter's
Pepperdine,
box.
Quincy McAfee.
McAfee, 18 doubles for Pepperdine this year, led the team in that. Again, Stallings, another first pitch strike right there.
Goes with the fastball. Done well to mix up his pitches so far. The 0-1 offering. That one's in there for strike 2 as well. On the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Quincy McAfee.
And we've seen that approach all night right now so far through about almost an inning and 2/3. He's attacking this right away. No fooling around from Stallings on the mound.
The 0-2 pitch swung on and chopped over to first. Lipsius Field steps on the bag, and that'll do it for the top half of the second inning. A quick 3 up and 3 down from Garrett Stallings. We'll be back in the bottom half of the second. Welcome back inside White House Field. Austin Rooney alongside Thomas Cinderella. Scoreless game.
Leading off the bottom of the
Bottom half
second for the Mariners,
Danny
the second
Casals.
baseman from the University
Gets
of
ready to
Maine,
step into the
number
right-hander's
18,
batter's box.
Danny Casals.
Casals went undrafted in the 2018 MLB draft, and boy, are the Mariners happy to have him, though. He had 14 home runs at Maine. Also drove in 49 RBIs.
Yeah, he just kind of had one of those 2017s. Was a little injured, banged up, so kind of a down year after hitting .310 his freshman year and .302 this year.
The first pitch to Casals is fouled off. Count, no balls and 1 strike.
One of the newest guys in the Mariners. He's from Miami, Florida, but he actually chose to play ball up north, University of Maine, in the American East Conference.
The 0-1 pitch misses for ball 1, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Look at tonight's umpires behind the plate. Vincent Alexander Medina. As the 1-1 pitch misses outside, count 2 balls and 1 strike. At first base is Joe Caraco, and at third base is Tyler Bullock. The 2-1 offering, swung on and missed from Danny Casals. To count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 offering. That one runs up and inside. Count 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Stout maybe not as sharp as he was last inning, really attacking Spanish pitches pretty well. A little airing a couple pitches so far, but see if he gets back in it.
Payoff pitch swung on. Chopper over towards second. Fielded by McAfee. He'll throw to first for the first out of the inning. One out in the bottom half of the first first inning,
Number
second inning,
13,
excuse me, Andre
the
Lipsius.
first baseman from the University of
Gets
Tennessee,
ready to step
Andre
into the right-hander's
Lipsius.
batter's box. Scoreless game from White House Field. Taps home plate once. The pitch. Misses upstairs. Count 1 ball and no strikes.
I think the cool thing about Andre is that his twin brother actually plays him at Tennessee, which, I mean, you don't see very often, you know.
The 1-0 pitch is fouled off and out of play over the Orleans dugout. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch, and Lipsius checks his swing. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, bottom of the second inning, bases clear. 2-1 pitch, misses outside, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Still a scoreless game. Mariners looking to change that. A 3-1 offering. Swung on and missed at a fastball that was up and likely out of the zone. So the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled down the right field line. It's going out of play. The count remains full at 3-2.
It's always great to be on back on the Cape because when you see any foul ball, all the children, running over to the foul ball and hoping maybe play on this field later in their careers.
Payoff pitch swung on and lifted foul down the down the right field line. That one's out of the reach of the right fielder, Frazier.
Almost seems like going down the right field line, it just runs out of room as it goes down. A lot towards the first base dugout, but then just not more towards the left field line on both sides.
A payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled off once more by Lipsius. He's doing a great job working Levi Strout.
I mean, just think about that foul ball in right field. If we're back at Eldredge, that might have been a catch. I mean, there's a lot more room down the right field. With could have maybe laid out for it, but it was here. The fence is very construed, and it kind of cuts a runner off from going full speed.
Lipsius steps back in. The 3-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Lipsius goes down on strikes. He works Stout quite a bit, but he ends up falling by the way of the K. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning.
Number 21, the catcher from George Mason, Logan Driscoll.
9-pitch at bat for Andre Lipsius as Logan Driscoll, the catcher. The 2-2 pitch swung on and line into left center field. On the run is White, and he makes the catch. An outstanding diving catch from White, and that will do it for the end of the second inning. At the end of 2, it is the Mariners nothing and the Firebirds nothing. Back in the top half of the third inning, Garrett Stallings back on the mound for the Harwich Mariners. Facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters who up for the Firebirds, Kevin Milone, Sal Gazzo, and Brandon White.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Firebirds, the designated hitter from St. Mary's, number 4, Kevin Milam.
Coach Kelly Nicholson, one of those California guys able to get those St. Mary's and then Loyola Marymount. You know, a couple guys the last 2 years. Corey Abbott, who plays for the Cubs now. Organization, he was a Loyola Marymount guy. Actually threw a perfect game his senior year or his junior year.
Pitch in there for strike 1 to Kevin Milone. Milone had a fantastic freshman year at St. Mary's, hit .313 and added 12 home runs. His sophomore year did not have as many home runs. Power wasn't quite there, but still had a very solid .302 average and 5 homers. The 0-1 offering from Stallings clips the outside corner. Count, no balls and 2 strikes.
I've seen so far every hitter since the second inning, he's really attacked him. That's like, you know, the second or third batter in a row he's thrown. He's got a mow too.
The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. He goes with the curveball. The count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Not a bad pitch there by Stallings. He'll bottom the order, even though it may not be as stellar at the top. Still good, and maybe try to get him to go fishing there.
And Milone is a guy who doesn't strike out all that much, just 42 strikeouts this past year. Swung on and a ground ball over towards short. Morris Fields throws to first. There's one away.
And that's Stallings, you know, bread and butter right there. Just kind of pitch to contact. You get 2 strikes on him, make him protect, and on the ground out to Morris at short. So
Number 3, the shortstop from Tulane, Sal Gazzo.
And Sal Gazzo steps foot in the left-hander's batter's box. Gazzo out of Tulane, played in the NECBL last season along with a number of other players on the Firebirds. First pitch from Stallings, clips the outside corner of the count, no balls and 1 strike.
fellow Connecticut resident from Wallingford, Connecticut.
0-1 pitch swung on and missed from Gazzo. On the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, top half of the 3rd inning, game scoreless. Base paths empty. 0-2 pitch misses in the dirt. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 offering. Goes with the off speed, grounded over towards first. Lipsius tosses over to Stallings, who covers for the 2nd out. 2 away in the top half of the 3rd inning. Still no score from White House Field.
Back to the top of the order for
That's
the
8 in a
Firebirds,
row
the
now
center
that
fielder from
Stallings
West
has
Virginia,
retired since the leadoff
number
infield
7,
single by Brandon White. So
White.
Stallings has really gotten to his own comfort zone now in the 3rd inning, and that's why when you get past the 1st inning, you kind of find your groove.
White shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1. And it makes sense for Brandon White to bunt. He's adept at doing so, and he could bunt his way on for a base hit with that speed.
Especially with Gill. Gill was playing a little bit behind the back. He's moved it a little bit about a step, but he was pretty far back before.
1-0 pitch paints the outside corner for strike 1. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 offering misses just outside, and the count 2-1.
I'm not sure if Billy Beamer would approve from Moneyball, you know, not bunting, no bunting in general, but
2-1 pitch is fouled off to the backstop. Count 2-2. Base paths empty, 2 outs, no score from White House Field. And Brandon White steps foot back in the right-hander's batter's box. 2-2 pitch, check swing, motion over towards first base. First base umpire Joe Caraco says he doesn't go around. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 offering, swung on, a high chopper fielded by Driscoll. Throws first, they got it. Nice play by Logan Driscoll, fielding the high chopper and throwing to first. A quick 3 up and 3 down from Garrett Stallings at the end of 2.5. It's the Mariners nothing, and the Firebirds nothing. Back in the top half, excuse me, the bottom half of the third inning. Mariners
Leading
nothing.
off the bottom of the third
And
inning
the
for the
Orleans
Mariners, the
Firebirds,
third
nothing.
baseman from the University of Miami, number 5, Ray Gill.
Ray Gill stands in the right-hander's batter's box. Pitch to Gill. Say he goes around for strike one. Count, no balls and 1 strike.
That was almost one of those excuse me swings. I think he thought it was going to be something else where he was just trying to hold back, and he realized that, high fastball above the letters,
The 0-1 pitch swung on and line into right field for a base hit. Ray Gill is aboard with nobody out in the bottom half of the third inning.
Number 3.
Only the third hit combined tonight for both teams. So it's been kind of a quiet, first couple innings. No one's really striking, early on. So interesting to watch the next middle innings.
Gill on first base. No outs, bottom half of third inning. Scoreless game. Pitch to Cam Thompson, misses outside. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Stout checks on Gill over at first base, dives back in there safely. Runner on first, no outs in the bottom half of the third inning. Cam Thompson stands in the left-hander's batter's box. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off and out of play. Count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Thompson seems like another one of those guys, could almost bat leadoff. He's got some average. He batted .318 his freshman year, was a collegiate baseball freshman All-American. So seems like he can poke the ball around the field a little bit.
The 1-1 offering misses outside. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. The catcher Groshans looked back at Ray Gill over at first base as he scurried back to the bag.
You better watch out next pitch. If he does another one, Groshans is going to fire that one down there.
2-1 pitch misses outside, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Gill on first, no outs, bottom half of the third inning. Scoreless game at White House Field. 3-1 offering, swung on, a high chopper. Fielded over at short by Gazzo, throws on to first, and it's a double play. They go 6-3 with a double play, and they're 2 outs in the bottom half of the third.
Big double play ball there by Stout. It kind of 3-1 count and runner on first, kind of dangerous. It was on the plank there, but able to get a double play out of that.
And Chris Galland, the speedy leadoff hitter out of Boston College, takes strike 1 in the lower part of the zone. Count, no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch runs inside and almost clips Galland, but he gets out of the way at the last second. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Stout's been pretty darn good so far. 2 2/3 innings of work, allowed just the 2 Mariners hits so far. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed from Galland. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Galland digs back in the right-hander's batter's box. One-two pitch is fouled off and out of play. Wyatt gives chase, but he runs out of room. Base path's empty. 2 outs, bottom half of the third inning. Scoreless game from White House Field. Chris Galland steps back into the right-hander's batter's box. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off. Got a bit of a piece of that one, and the count remains 1-2.
I almost couldn't tell there if that was fouled off or not. It seems like it fouled off and may hit off of Groshans. I couldn't quite tell for a second, but
The 1-2 offering swung on and missed from Chris Gallant. He goes down swinging at the end of 3. It remains 0-0 from White House Field.
and welcome back inside White House Field. Still 0-0 score during the top half of the 4th inning. Garrett Stallings out for another inning of work.
And he has been fantastic for the Harwich Mariners. 3 innings of work.
Leading off the
Has
top
retired
of the
each of
fourth
the
for
last
Firebirds,
9
the
batters.
fielder
The only
from
batter
the
that reached
University
base was
of
Brandon
Arizona,
White,
number 8,
but a
Matt
single over to
Frazier.
shortstop to lead off the top of the 1st.
Matt Frazier into the left side now from Arizona. He chops that one foul towards the first base dugout. Nice play by manager Kelly Nicholson. Gets that one on a hop. So Frazier ground to a fielder's choice out to second his first time up. The 0-1 from Stallings. That one is lined out towards short. Morris lines out for it, and he makes the catch. So Morris getting the jersey a little dirty in the first game, and he makes the grab.
Really nice diving play by Morris. That ball was tailor-made for center field, but he dives and makes a fantastic catch.
Number 15,
For the first out of the inning.
catcher from Kansas, Jax Groshans.
So brings up the catcher, Jax Groshans from Kansas. He also ground to the fielder's choice his first time up, but as first pitch is fouled out behind plate, Driscoll giving a look. He dives into the fence and unable to make the catch. Well, wow, Driscoll laying out the body and
Almost made a fantastic catch going back to the backstop there.
we couldn't quite tell for a second he made the catch. He was right in front of us, but wow.
Directly underneath us, our view was
It's a little-
slightly impaired for a couple of seconds.
I don't know if many other catchers could have made that catch, and he almost made that one. So, unbelievable effort by Driscoll there. So Groshans in 30. Latter half finds the zone there. Count moves to 0-1. Stallings set, and he'll deal. Fastball in the dirt, blocked by Driscoll. Good job there. Off from first is Groshans, the pitch. After there again by Driscoll, 2-1. One of the Sun Devils on this roster. Funny thing is, I saw him actually at the Stop and Shop earlier this week in Orleans, so I saw him with his host mom, so that's a big part of the Cape League, and the whole host family situation, I think, is one of the coolest things to be a part of on the Cape. I wish I could be a part of it, but definitely one of the awesome things. As first pitch off speed at the knees for strike one. Groshans on first. Nothing game here in the top half of the fourth.
And you mentioned the host families. It's something that just makes the Cape what the Cape is. You know, Cape Cod is known as a special place and a special place to play baseball, and the host families absolutely play a role in that.
As a pitch in the dirt, count moves to 1-1, and I think that's why some of the players don't get to experience this. You know, the whole Cape feeling, playing ball, you know, living with a host family, it's a whole new experience for them, and they're not used to it. Fastball in the under half finds the zone, so 1-2 now to Aldretti. Aldretti struck out back in the second inning. On the fence again and being another strikeout victim by Stallings. Stallings ready, and he kicks and fires. Ball's ground to Morris. Morris scoops it up. He'll flip on to Casals at second for the third out. So that'll do in the top half of the fourth. Still nothing game from White House Field. Welcome back inside White House Field for the bottom half of the fourth. Still nothing game. Levi Stout back on the rubber for the Redbirds. As it'll be Tanner Morris, the shortstop from Virginia.
Number 10, Tanner.
Will lead it off from the left side. So back in the first inning, flying out to left field in foul territory. Well, first pitch fastball in the dirt to Morris. Stout still 3 innings of scoreless work, only give up 2 hits. There's only 4 hits combined for both teams. So it's a pretty pitcher's duel so far where we didn't think of that. Off-speed just misses outside. 2-0. Hitters count here for Morris. Ready to go back to work in the pitch. That's pitch is swung on. Learning towards the left field line. This ball is off the wall in left field. It comes back. Morris cruising into second base with a stand-up double. It was right on the left field line, and it just hit right below the 330 sign left field. So tough to tell
The
where
wind
that ball was.
blowing out towards left field in a big way. That ball looked like it was going to be going foul, and it looked like it was going to be a shallow fly ball to left field, but it keeps on carrying and carrying, and Aldretti followed it back to the track, and it went off the wall.
It was tough to tell out there, and that's the second time he's hit one of those curling balls out to left field, and the wind's just taking it.
And it's an important base hit for Tanner Morris because it gives the Mariners their first runner in scoring position of the game.
That's Gabe Rivera now in the right side from Miami, trying to drive in his first run of the Cape League season and the Mariners' first run of the year. Morris is going towards third. The throw down from Groshans is in time, and Morris is thrown out at third.
Really close play over there at third base. I thought Morris may have gotten a hand in there, but the third base umpire, Tyler Bullock, says otherwise. It's a really nice throw from Groshans down to Levy for the out.
Wasn't expecting that one, I don't think. Only one stolen base on the year for Morris, so 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike.
Testing the arm of Jax Groshans early on.
Kills the rally a little bit for the Mariners, but only one away. 1-1 count to Rivera. The deal. Pitch is chopped on off the glove. Fielded at short. Bare hand is not in time. And Rivera is on with an infield single. Tough play by Gazzo. That was hit off the glove of Stout. So anytime that happens, it's going to be a tough play anyway, and he almost got him.
And the stolen base, the caught stealing, now possibly coming back to haunt the Mariners. Base hit right there. Would have given the Mariners first and third with nobody out. Instead, runner on first with one away.
So brings up Nate Eichhoff, the infielder from Virginia. That's a good point you bring up there, but just wondering, is it easier to field a ground ball from the stretch or from the full motion? So I'm not sure, as that is swung on and missed.
Make an interesting point there. I think the ball was going over his head one way or another.
Yeah.
He did have a jump for it, but still, I don't think that makes the difference as to whether or not he's safe. I think it probably still deflects off his glove.
Probably. Something we get the analytics team maybe on if we had one here. Some sports science maybe with John Brankus. So fastball misses outside, 1-2, or excuse me, 2-1 now. As Rivera leading off at first, still 0-0 game. 4 hits from the Mariners, but no runs to show. Eichhoff, another one of those NECBLers, was awarded first team NECBL last year. Played for the Keene Swamp Bats. We batted .371. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, usually that's maybe some kid in high school maybe batting that, but. And the pitch, that is fouled off behind home plate. So 1-2 now to Eichhoff.
There is action in the Orleans bullpen as Josh Hendrickson warms up.
Nicholson, the manager for the Orleans, said they were going to use him an inning today, so he might get work in soon as the pitch. Outer half the plate. This is in for, evens it out at 2-2. So Stout on his 4th inning award, maybe done after this inning if he can get out of it with 2 down, or excuse me, 1 down here. From the stretch.
59 pitches, so if you're looking at right around 85
14 home runs. Towards right field. Catch. The wind was blowing out that way. They might have been gone.
Number 13.
That's
the
right.
First baseman from the
Casals
University of
gave that
Tennessee,
ball quite a
Andre
ride out towards
Lipsius.
right field, and you mentioned it, going all the way back to the warning track before Frazier made that catch. And Rivera and Eichhoff were unable to advance because they had both taken a sizable lead, just in case the ball dropped out there in right field.
So first pitch is fouled off by Lipsius. So Stout maybe working around some trouble here again. That stolen base, we're going to look back on that now later in the inning and see if that plays a big part in the outcome of the game. But Lipsius, bat just above his shoulders, sporting those orange and white volunteer color cleats. He pops that one out towards shallow right center. Frazier under it, takes 2 steps in, and he'll make the catch. So nothing going there for the Mariners, leave a couple men on base. And that'll do it for the 4th inning as you're listening to Harwich Mariners Baseball on the Harwich Baseball League Network. Louisville. First pitch from Stallings at the knees for a strike 1. Stallings has been dealing so far.
52 total pitches, 4 innings, allowed just 2 hits.
Retired 9 on the road at one point as the 0-1 pitch just misses the other half. Count moves to 1-1 here.
And we mentioned he's a guy who will pound the zone. He has 37 strikes, just 16 balls.
1-1 check swing, but he held up, so 2-1, and he's been, I mean, besides this batter right now, he's been pounding the zone, getting those pitcher's counts, and when he gets those pitcher's counts, it puts the hitter in a really tough spot. So from the full windup from Stallings, fastball tipped into the mid, so 2-2. Stallings getting it yet again. The 2-2 is fouled at the plate. Tips off a Driscoll. The 2 fouled at the plate. Tips off a Driscoll's mitt, so they'll do it again at Levy, one of those guys, NECBL guys for Maine last year. He got a hit in his first College World Series at when he was at Louisville last year. Fastball up in the zone, gets him. Strikeout for Stallings, and he doesn't get a lot of those, but his second on the night, as Aldretti was the victim last time. Up now the 7-hole hitter, the second baseman, Quincy McAfee.
And great command with that last at bat from Stalling.
As that pitch is chopped over, nabbed in the air by Gill. He'll take a step, throw on the first for the out. So a great pick there by that hop could have gone over him. It could have done anything in the way. That grass in the 5-3.
The previous at bat, those pitches with pinpoint accuracy.
He's been working the zone all night as Kevin Milam steps in as he fouls the first pitch off into the screen. Here we're 2 down in the top half of the 5th inning. Nobody on as Stallings has been really dealing tonight. Still no action in the Manners bullpen, so we don't know how long he's going. And the windup, but that pitch is lined out towards right field. And on for the catch is Rivera. So that'll do it for the top half of the 5th. Still 0-0 game as we head into the bottom half. So welcome back inside White House Field. Still 0-0 game. A new pitcher on the mound for the Firebirds. It is Josh Hendrickson, the left-hander out of San Diego. 20th round draft pick by the Royals this year.
Number 21, Logan Driscoll.
As again, that California connection with Coach Kelly Nicholson is proving yet again as Logan Driscoll steps inside the left side from George Mason, lefty-lefty. First pitch swung on and miss by Driscoll. Raleigh Adams, was a catcher from San Diego just 2 years ago. Now in the minor leagues, so 0-1 swung on and miss again. So back-to-back fastballs as Driscoll finds himself in the hole now, 0-2. The 0-2. That is popped out behind home plate and out of play, so they'll do it again.
And Levi Stout had a pretty strong performance this evening. 4 innings of work. And Levi Stout had a pretty strong performance this evening. Worked, allowed 4 hits, walked a batter, had 3.
So fastball misses upstairs. Try to get him to chase, but Driscoll off. So at the set, and he did. Fastball got him. First strikeout for Henderson as he just enters into the game. Is now 0 for 2 on the night. As he'll bring up Gill.
Number 5, Gill.
He is 1 for 1 on the evening, a single back in the 3rd. With 1 away here, fastball misses in the dirt. Still nothing game. Nobody on here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Been a quick game so far. The sun's almost down here, so the lights are on and will take full effect very soon. As the temperature dips down a bit here. As that ball is driven out towards right center field. It's looked like it's going to go down. It finds a way in the gap, up into the wall. Rounding first is Gill, and he'll get a stand-up. And he'll be stand-up at second base. So a one-out double by Ray Gill gets the Mariners going here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
That's a line shot into the right center field gap, and Gill gets a really good piece of that one. Looked like he may have had a shot at third base, but he opted to stop at second with a stand-up double.
That's why he was almost, when I was announcing it, it almost looked like he was going to take a turn towards third. I mean, that's why he looked like he could have put the full Jets on. It might have made it, but got the hold-up sign at third base. So not bad off, one-out double. So another lefty stands in is Cam Thompson, the center fielder from Kansas State.
And every base means a lot right now, especially for the Mariners. A scoreless game. If he was on third base, a sac fly could give the Mariners a lead, and that could be all the difference in this game.
Fastball misses above the letters, so Thompson gets the advantage early. I think they just don't want to run to outs after that steal by Morris. I just think they want to be a little more conservative on the base paths and not try to force anything. I think that's what happened last time. Lefty versus lefty. Chip looking back at second, and the pitch. Fastball just misses high and away. So 2-0 here for Thompson. He might have the green light. Let me try to put something in play here. Thompson batted .257 this year for the Wildcats. So the 2-0 fastball got him. He's got some speed on that. He's got Driscoll now a couple times on the fastball upstairs, and now Thompson. So he's got some life to that fastball as Thompson steps back in, taps home plate, waves bat towards the pitcher. So the 2-1 with the runner on second here in the bottom half of the 5th. So the Jamie Quinn, the pitching coach for the Firebirds, will visit out on the mound here, maybe discuss some strategy. And
if you are holding ticket number 6998004, please head over to the Harwich Children's Fund table and claim your prize.
so stepping in the right side now is the leadoff man.
Now batting for the Mariners, number 4, the left fielder, Chris Galland.
So Galland steps in, 0 for 2 today, grounded out in the first inning, struck out back in the third, but he'll have an opportunity in the 5th to do some damage. Stepping in the right side, he shows bunt. He bunts it towards past Hendrickson, going on towards second, and he's in there. So a single as McAfee couldn't quite get him. He's got some speed, and the bases are now juiced. So a squeeze play almost there, got past the pitcher. So Bates is loaded with one out here in the bottom half of the 5th. Tanner Morris now steps in. He had the double back in the 4th. And maybe try to get the first run in for the Mariners this season. Lefty-lefty. Fastball upstairs. Takes ball 1. Morris drove in 20 men this year for the Cavaliers. From the bell that he deals. Swung on and missed by Morris. Tipped into the mitt. and squeezed by Groshans. So Morris, native of Virginia, is actually coached by Billy Wagner, and Billy Wagner, another than a fellow Cape Leaguer, and he actually won the MVP back in 1992 for Brewster. Might give him some advice beforehand, maybe this season, as he fouls the one pitch out.
Warming up in the bullpen for the Orleans Firebirds is Cade Knackles. Something to keep an eye on with
Henderson struggling this inning as
exactly.
Grand Canyon native Jake Wong last year pitched for Orleans, as that curveball's driven out towards right field. Going back is Frazier. He's under it, and they're tagging from second, and a run will be in. So the Mariners manufacture their first run of the season on a sacrifice fly, so Morris does his job as Ray Gill scores, but Thompson also tags up from second, so he'll have runners in the corners here with 2 away. So 1-0 Harwich now.
The right fielder.
That's all that Stallings might need away. He's pitching right now. So Gabe Rivera, the other Miami Hurricane on this roster. So Henderson giving up a run here. 1-0 lead. Runners on the corners. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch is Scott out towards center. Under it is right, and that'll do it for the bottom half of the 5th. But the Mariners make some damage and score a run off the sac fly as they lead 1-0 going to the top half of the 6th. You listen to Harwich Mariners Baseball on the Mariner Baseball League Network.
Coca-Cola bottling of Cape Cod.
Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospital, superior care.
So Stallings back on the mound to do some work as he now holds a 1-0 lead. So he could get he's in line for the win as of right now. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1, as it is 9-1-2 to start off for the Firebirds. Sal Gazzo.
And you look at Stallings, and he hasn't pitched with a lead yet in this game. He's pitched with a tie game, and it's a bit of a different mentality when the team takes the lead. See how that affects him in the top half of the 6th.
So the 2-0, Stallings fouled, as that one's fouled off behind home plate. Stallings hasn't really pitched from behind tonight. So he's in maybe a weird situation here with the 2-1 count on Gazzo. That's a 2-1. That was fouled off right at us up here in the booth. So thank God there's a netting here, because we could have gotten a free souvenir. But so Gazzo, the 2-2. Swung on and tipped in the mid of Driscoll, so down on strikes he goes, and Stallings picks up another strikeout.
Strikeout number 4 on the evening from Garrett Stallings. He's commanded his pitches so well, so effectively. He's been able to get strikeouts from these Orleans hitters, even though he doesn't have overpowering stuff.
So Brandon Wright steps back in the box, the speedy center fielder. Shows bunt, but Holds back, but takes strike one anyway. 289 average this year for the Mountaineers. That was chopped over, moving off the mound. So Stallings, you have to fire quickly. And errant throw goes, and it looks like it might have gone under the fence, so that'll go out of play. So stand up at second is Brandon White.
Really nicely done there by Brandon White, putting that ball the other way. Bit of a long run for Stallings, and it was gonna be a really, really tough throw with the speed of White. Not a bad throw by Stallings, but Lipsius was just not quite able to handle it over at first base.
I think every single one of his balls have gone off the end of the bat, and they've been from the stretch. Looks back at White, goes towards home, and that ball is fouled out over the left side over home plate. So 0-2 now has him in the hole.
And warming up in the bullpen for the Mariners is Christian Santana, freshman out of Florida International University.
One of two FIU guys on this roster with Logan Allen. So the 0-2. Ball is off the end of the bat, and they'll take a look over there at Gill, and able to make the grab as it goes out of play. One of those slicing balls from a left-handed hitter is going to be tough to catch over there. Just ran out of room. Saw Driscoll dive towards home plate when he's running out of room, so yeah, the catcher's gear on though, so it makes a little bit, gets a little bit difference then on the gravel. So they'll do it again at 0-2. Righty-lefty matchup here. White leading off a second. And he deals. Curveball bouncing the dirt. Good stop by Driscoll. Keeps White at second.
I like that pitch call from Logan Driscoll and the pitch from Stallings. He's up in the count 0-2. Goes with the curveball out of the zone. Trying to get the two-hitter, Matt Frazier, to chase.
Yeah, Striker would go a ways here if they can get a K here. Force the two outs. White dancing off a second. Fakes run towards third, and he goes down on strike swinging. So Stallings gets a timely strikeout. So 2 Ks this inning. Now brings up 2 down in the inning for Jax Groshans.
Number 15, the catcher.
Mentioned earlier,
from
Jax
Kansas,
Groshans, the
Jack
only hitter
Groshans.
in this Orleans lineup who's had a real base hit. The other one was a ground ball to shortstop. And the only other batter that reached base was now given a single for Brandon White, who had a chopper over towards the left of the pitcher, Stallings.
So first pitch misses low and away as Groshans lays off. So Groshans trying to manufacture a run for the Redbirds. His brother Jordan just picked 12th overall by another bird from the Toronto Blue Jays as he voided his scholarship to play at Kansas. As a fastball finds the zone there, so 1-1 now to Groshans, who steps in the right side. Steps out for a second, taps his helmet, goes back in. White off a second. Groshans steps out, steps back in now. He's set, go towards second, but Nothing going there, just to keep White close. Especially with 2 down, he'll be running on contact, so you don't want him getting too big of a lead over there at second. So the 1-1. And he deals. That ball is hammered out towards left field. Looking back at the track, this ball is gone. A 2-run home run for the Redbirds. Puts them up here, 2-1, as Jax Groshans throttles the Birds into the lead. Just the one pitch Stallings didn't want. And may come back to haunt him, but
It's a pitch left out over the heart of the plate. And for the second time today, Jax Groshans gets a good piece of hitting. This time it's out over the wall in left field. First time was a single the other way, and he's destroyed Stallings this evening.
what's been a very good outing by Stallings, it's just going to be almost tarnished by that home run, but he's pitched really exceptional to this point. As I'll try to get the last out here. Fastball just misses outside to Logan Wyatt.
I can't even recall a ball that was hit half as hard as that. I don't think that there was a ball that was half as dangerous as that this entire game.
As it's chopped foul and over towards the Orleans dugout. Unfortunate for Stallings. The wind might have helped that one, but it looked like it would have gone out maybe just a little bit anyway. But so the Redbirds lead here 2-1 in the top half of the 6th. Ball is squibbed out towards the left, shallow left field. Running on for the catch. And he goes tumbling down is Guyland. So it'll be the 3rd out. So 2-run home run by Groshans puts the Redbirds ahead here and heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning. We'll be right back. So welcome back inside White House Field for the bottom half of the 6th inning, as the Redbirds up now 2-1 over the Harwich Manors. New pitcher on the mound. It is Cade Michaels, the righty from McMinnville, Oregon, and he goes to Grand Canyon University. Actually a private university. Fun fact about them, as Nate Eichhoff leads off for the Manors from the left side. So first pitch from Michaels is in there for a strike. So Eichhoff 1 for 2 tonight. Singled back in the 4th inning as that ball is popped out towards left field, and it'll go out of play. So count moves to 0-2 now. the Mariners trying to get a leadoff man on here to try to retake the lead after the home run last inning from Jax Groshans. The 0-2 is flared out towards left field. Under it is Aldretti. Camps over it for the first out. So Wyckoff is retired. They'll bring up the second baseman, Danny Cassels.
Number 18, the second baseman from the University of Maine, Danny Cassels.
Danny Cassels has a lot of power. He can change this game with one swing of the bat. So far tonight, he's 0 for 2.
We saw him last at bat, almost pulling out at the warning track for a sac fly as off-speed misses that side. So Cassels in from the right side. The junior from Miami, Florida. So two-seam fastball doesn't cut enough on the inner half, and it goes below the knees. So 2-0. Cassels might get the green light here on the hitter's count. The 2-0. Ball is popped out. Grosjean's going to give it a look. Heading towards the fence, calling it, falling back, and he's not going to make the catch. As that was he moved about 5 feet, 10 feet. It was right about a drop, so tough play, but still stay alive here. Cassels getting a little lucky, see if he can make do for it.
It's a ball that, of course, if you're Groshans, you want to have, and he's was tracking that ball for a little while, and he had the ball in his glove as he was falling backwards, but was just unable to come up with it.
So off speed just misses to Cassels. So 3-1 now. And the pitch. Misses downstairs, so they'll have a base runner out here with one away. So Mikals yielding a walk to Cassels.
Number 13, the first baseman from the University of Tennessee, Andre Lipsius.
So brings up Andre Lipsius. He's one of the volunteers that is on this team. Is also with Justin Ammons. So leading off from first. That ball is hammered out towards center. Going back is right. Looking back, and it is off the wall in center. Rounding third, sending him home. There'll be a play at the plate, and not in time as the throw goes wide. So Mariners tie the game back up as a stand-up double for Andre Lipsius. And this game is tied.
That was the hardest hit ball we've seen all night as he smoked that ball to center field as it was over the head of White, and White runs really, really well. Almost made the catch as he was going back to the warning track, but he had to play it on a hop.
Number 21, the catcher from George Mason,
Lipsius
Logan
ends up at second
Driscoll.
base. There was no question to whether or not Cassels was going to score.
So brings up the left-hander Logan Driscoll, the catcher. And you're right. I mean, White's as speedy as you can get out in center. He was able to make the catch. So first pitch is fouled off behind home plate.
That ball was hit 390 plus feet. Another 10 feet out there in center field where the 400 sign is, and it would have been a home run.
I mean, you're right. That was the most solid ball. First pitch, too. Look at a first pitch fastball, and he jumped right on it. So on the rubber, pitch is fouled off again behind the booth here. So Driscoll finds himself in the hole now, 0-2. As Lipsius picks up his first RBI of the early campaign here. Taps home plate. Steps back in now, Driscoll. Wearing their cream home uniforms tonight are the Mariners. Marines in there. Swung on and missed, so Driscoll goes down on strikes for the second out. Second time he goes down on strikes. As he'll bring up Ray Gill, the third baseman.
Number 5, the third baseman from the University of Miami, Ray Gill.
2 for 2 tonight, so having some success early on the Cape.
Yeah, had a single back in the third inning, a double in the fifth, and scored the Mariners' first run.
So he told Check swing there, and he went around, says the first base umpire. Joe Caraco, long-time Cape Leaguer. So Gill, 0-1. Lipsius leading off a second. Gill at the plate. 2-2 game now after the double by Lipsius, and Gill will step out for a second, but he'll step back in now. Ready at the belt from the stretch. Looks like almost a set play towards second as McAfee went around to try to maybe pick him off as he flashed a leather, tapping his glove, trying to get maybe a pick-off move over there, but nothing doing. So the 0-1. Fastball at the belt. Count moves to 0-2 now. So maybe a 2-out base hit here. A single would score Lipsius to put the Mariners ahead. The 0-2. Slider misses outside, low and away. He only had 128 bats this year for the Hurricanes. As fastball spotted the under half, as Grosjean wanted that one, but the home umpire said not so fast. So 2-2 now with 2 outs. Ready to do it again. The pitch. Fastball outside. He's running full here. So Gill having a great at bat here. Maybe looking away to get on base for the 3rd time tonight. So there's already 2 for 2, as I said earlier. Really seeing the ball well at the plate tonight. 3-2, so Lipsius will be running, or excuse me, won't be running because no man on first. So, but on the crack of the bat, he'll be going. Looking back towards second again. He pitches. Fast breaking ball in the dirt, so he'll work a walk here. Some 2-out magic maybe going on for the Mariners. So first and second now.
Number 3.
Bring up Cam Thompson.
The center fielder from Kansas State, Cam Thompson.
And Cade McCalls has had some trouble today with the walks. He walked Danny Casals earlier in the inning and then works another walk to Ray Gill.
So McCall set. Fastball spotted at the knees for a strike 1. Getting ahead early. Again, he got ahead of Gill, and Gill was able to work his way around. Some tough pitches, too, to lay off. And Thompson's second team all Big 12 his freshman year, part of the Big 12 freshman team, one of the Wildcats. Curveball jumps inside. He'll back off a bit. So 1-1 here to Thompson. Whereas on first and second, Lipsius at second, Gill at first. 2-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the 6th. 1 run already across this half inning. Fastball jumps up and in, and 2-1 here. Some action going on in both bullpens now. As we get into the later half of the innings. So righty-lefty matchup here. He deals. Swung on and miss. Thompson couldn't catch up to that one as it'll run to 2-2 as Grosjean calls time and might want to talk things over with the right-hander.
Thompson's worked a couple of nice at-bats this game. Well, he rounded into a double play back in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th. Is now working a solid at-bat here in the bottom of the 6th.
You just think if he can just work, someone get on here, whether it's a walk or an error or something, bring up the top of the order, they can do some damage this half inning. So the 2-2 to Thompson. Fastball got him. He goes swinging down on strike, so Valley in the threat for the Mariners as they get 1 across here and tie back up. 2-2. We'll be back after this. So welcome back inside White House Field. It is a tie ball game, 2-2, as a new pitcher on the mound, Christian Santana from FIU. He was drafted by the Brewers in the 15th round last year, but opted to head towards the collegiate ranks. He boasted a 5.79 ERA in 18 appearances, a 2-4 record in 28 innings pitched with 32 strikeouts. Opponents only bat at 204 off of him.
And he comes on in relief of Garrett Stallings. Stallings had a very impressive appearance tonight. 6 innings of work, allowed 2 earned runs, but only 4 hits and not a single walk. So a great outing from Stallings. Tarnished a bit by the 2-run home run. Count 1-0 on Aldretti, and now the 1-0 pitch clips the inside corner. And it's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 offering. Swung on and chopped over towards short. Morris Fields throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. 1 away in the top half of the 7th inning. A 2-2 game. As Justin Levy
Number 12,
gets
the
set to
third
step up to
baseman
the
from
batter's
Louisville,
box.
Justin Levy.
Another player drafted out of high school in the 39th round by the Chicago White Sox back in 2016.
Pitch. This is outside. Count 1 ball and no strikes.
As you tend to see that up here on the Cape, a lot of guys drafted in high school and try to lure them out instead of going to collegiate ranks.
1-0 pitch is fouled off back to the backstop. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed. And Christian Santana finds himself ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Interesting about Santana is that his father actually played minor league ball for the Cleveland Indians. So I guess baseball runs in his family.
The 1-2 pitch misses just outside. Count even at 2-2.
See a lot of those guys up here, even if they played in the minor leagues, or you see a lot of major leaguer sons come here, as Griffin Conine for Duke last year, his father Jeff Conine.
One of the stars of the Cape League last year, as the 2-2 pitch is fouled off towards the Orleans bullpen. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He saw his career come to an after he was drafted and then lost to Texas Tech, so tough end of the year for him.
2-2 pitch. Just missed off the inside corner. Christian Santana wanted that one. The count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Driscoll did a really good job to almost frame that one. Caught a lot of plate there, it looked like.
The 3-2 offering. Swung on and missed, struck him out. Justin Levy goes down on strikes on a really nice off-speed pitch from Christian Santana.
As I said before, even though Santana has a 5.79 ERA, he's got swing and miss stuff. We're only hitting 204 off him this year, even though ERA is a little north of 5. I mean,
he also strikes out more than a batter per inning, which is pretty strong. And here's Quincy McAfee.
He actually faced Logan Driscoll this year, and I think Driscoll got the best of him, 2 for 2 off of Santana with a stolen base. They've played George Mason.
First pitch to McAfee in there for a strike, count 0-1. And Santana goes back to the off speed for a strike, count no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, blooped over towards right field. Rivera coming in, diving, can't make the catch. And now rounding first and headed to second base is Quincy McAfee. And it's going to be a double for McAfee. Rivera came in, tried to make a diving play on the ball,
Number 4, the
but it
designated
got
hitter
by him.
from St. Mary's.
And there's a runner on second with 2 outs for the Orleans Firebirds.
Yeah, I almost expected to make that catch. Out of all the defensive plays we've seen today, I was like, oh, we got another one coming. Webb gem in right field, but unable to come up with it, unfortunately.
Runner on second, 2 outs, 2-2 game on the top of the 7th. Here's Kevin Milam. And this one gets away from the catcher, Driscoll. And there's a runner on third now with 2 outs.
Only 90 feet from taking the lead now, so anything in the dirt, you know, he'll be looking. He may go towards home. Might get away. So Driscoll's got to be like a cat back there now and just stop everything.
Milam steps back into the right-hander's batter's box. The 1-0 pitch. In there for strike one. He goes with the high heat. The 1-1 offering. And he goes to the off speed, but the pitch misses. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. 16 pitches recorded from Christian Santana. 2-1 pitch is fouled off by Milam, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two offering. Swung on and chopped over towards short. Morris Fields throws across the diamond for the final out. Orleans strands one, has 1 hit, and after 6.5, it's the Mariners 2 and the Firebirds 2. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 7th.
On a Highline Cape Cod Canal cruise, 532-828, 532.
And welcome back inside the broadcast booth, getting ready for the second half of the bottom of the 7th. As a pitching change again for Orleans as a left-hander comes in. Lucas Hall from Columbia actually made their tournament this year on the Ivy League in 17 appearances this year with a .559 ERA and 22 and 2/3 inning pitch while striking out 32. Opponents were only batting 165 off of him as he looks to stall the Harwich Mariners offense that has been active.
Back to the top of the order for the Harwich Mariners.
Number 33,
As Chris Gallen steps into the right-hander's batter's box. Pitch from Hall. Swung on and missed from Gallen.
From Boston College.
Count 0-1.
Number 4, Chris Gallen.
2-2 game from White House Field. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Gallen 1 for 3. Got a single back in the 5th. Struck out in the 3rd and grounded a second back in the 1st inning. 0-1 pitch misses low. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Gallen waves his bat back and forth. The 1-1 offering swung on and missed. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and dribbler over towards short. Throw to first is in time. Nice play by Gazzo to throw over to first base and get the out.
Levy doing a great job over there. I mean, that was a tough play on the run. He threw across his body and somehow got him. I mean, we're seeing great type of defensive plays by both sides tonight.
One out in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tanner Morris steps into the left-hander's batter's box. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. For Hall versus Morris. 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled down the first base line. Over by the Orleans dugout. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Hall comes to the set. 1-1 pitch is swung on and a line into right center field. Tails back over towards center, and White makes the catch on the run.
Yeah, we've seen Morris really put some great wood out on the bat. I mean, it's another driven ball he's driven out there, but unable to find some room out there.
Gabe Rivera.
Yeah, really solid piece of hitting from Tanner Morris. Nice play on the run for White. First pitch to the 3-hitter, Gabe Rivera. Misses outside, count 1-0. Rivera 2 for 3 on the evening. Single in the first, a single in the 4th, and he flied out to center in the 5th. Now swung on, a blooper to center field for a base hit. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight with 3 singles.
Say both Miami guys have carried this Harwich Mariners offense. Him and Ray Gill have been on base
the designated hitter
6 times, yeah.
Virginia, Nate Eichhoff.
Gill 2 for 2 with a walk, and then Gabe Rivera, both guys just raking. So, unfortunately, I think manager retired this year, but he would be very happy, very pleased to see his Hurricanes performing well.
Eichhoff stands in the left-hander's batter's box. First pitch runs up and in. Count 1-0. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Rivera stands on first base. 2-2 game from White House Field. The 1-0 pitch. That one's well inside. It's going to get by the catcher, Groshans, and advancing to second base is Gabe Rivera. So the Mariners now have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
That's the 2nd time tonight that he's advanced on a wild pitch. So, I mean, I don't know how often that occurs, but I mean that's unbelievable. The same guy advances after single, he advances on a wild pitch. 2 different pitchers too. So.
Count 2-0, 2 outs, and a runner on second base.
If he has the green light here, he could really put something in play and maybe score a run with 2 outs, running on contact.
2-0 pitch runs inside. Count 3 balls and no strikes.
Groshans just gloved that enough. If that went back towards the screen, I mean, that would have been another runner, 90 feet away then. So, doing a great job behind the plate.
The 3-0 offering from Hall. Right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, it looked like he was taken all the way there. After 3 straight balls thrown at him, just want to test him, especially with the runner on, throwing a wild pitch too. So just want to test him, seriously, because he's lost his control a bit here in this half inning.
3-1 pitch upcoming to Nate Eichhoff. The runner on second and 2 outs. The offering up and in, ball 4. And Nate Eichhoff draws a walk with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that brings up Danny Casals. Casals 0 for 2 with
the
a
second
walk
baseman
on
from
the
the
evening.
University of Maine, Danny Casals.
And the Mariners have had production
Pinch
from
running for
really
Eichhoff
every
at
part of
first
this
base,
order.
number 19 from Iowa, Ben Norman.
There's a pinch runner coming in, Ben Norman. Pinch runs for Nate Eichhoff. As I was saying, they're finding production from nearly every part of their order, whether it be the middle of the order with Gabe Rivera and Eichhoff drawing 2 walks today, or the bottom of the order with Ray Gill, who has 3 hits. Even the top of the order with Chris Galland, who's made his presence known this evening. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. First pitch to Casals, misses outside, count 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Norman, the sophomore he's a Hawkeye out of Iowa. He had 14 stolen bases his freshman year, only 1 this past year. Saw a little lesser time played. So maybe try to get some speed out on the bases.
1-0 pitch, misses upstairs, count 2 balls and no strikes to Danny Casals. And you mentioned the control issues from Hall after walking Eichhoff. He now is behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes to Danny Casals. 2-0 offering, runs inside, the count 3 balls and no strikes.
And there is no action down in the Orleans bullpen, so Kelly saying, this is my guy. He's going to give me this last out, even though he's lost his control just a bit over the last 2 hitters.
I'd fully expect Casals to take on 3-0. Here's the offering. Outside, ball 4, bases loaded for the Harwich Mariners with 2 outs.
I would think Jamie Quinn would come out, and it looks like
Meeting at the mound
Nicholson's actually coming out instead.
for the Orleans Firebirds. They're going to go to the bullpen. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the bases loaded, it's 2-2 from Harwich. We'll step aside. We'll be back with a new pitcher.
So welcome back inside the booth as a pitching change has occurred. And it is Kevin Kelly, the right-handed pitcher from James Madison. He made 14 appearances this year with 10 starts, went 2-3 and 61 1/3 with a 3.67 ERA and 69 strikeouts. He was a freshman All-American last season as he gets his first appearance on this young Cape League season.
And he comes in quite a tough spot. Bases loaded for the Harwich Mariners with 2 outs. And Coming up is Andre Lipsius, who doubled his last time up to deep left field, almost got out of here. And an opportunity for the Harwich Mariners to get back in this game, or take the lead, excuse me, as the game is tied at 2-2.
Number 13, Andre Lipsius.
So Andre Lipsius digs into the right-hander's batter's box. First pitch gets away from the catcher Groshans, and coming home and scoring is Gabe Rivera. The Harwich Mariners take a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 7th.
We did not see a pitcher warm up down. That's what we said before. So unless so that might have been the factor there. Only throwing as many pitches as he didn't warm up. So not exactly sure if how warm he was coming into the game.
And just like that, a wild pitch gives the Harwich Mariners a 3-2 lead. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. Clips the outside corner, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Rivera moves 2 bases on 2 wild pitches. Unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
1-1 pitch misses outside. Count 2 balls and 1 strike to Lipsius. Side armor.
Lipsius can
Kevin
really,
Kelly.
Lipsius can really put this game out of, almost out of reach if he can get a couple more runs across here, giving a little cushion.
The 2-1 pitch is swung on and chopped over towards first. Fielded at first by White. Will step on the bag for the final out of the inning, but the Mariners score a run on a wild pitch and lead it 3-2. We'll head to the top of the 8th.
Shortstop from Tulane, number 3, Sal
Back in the
Gazzo.
top half of the 8th inning, Sal Gazzo steps into the left-hander's batter's box. It's Christian Santana back out on the mound for the Harwich Mariners. First pitch to Gazzo misses low and outside. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Mariners on top of the Orleans Firebirds 3-2 in the top of the 8th. The 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Sal Gazzo. The 1-0 pitch misses, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. In the first inning of work from Santana, which was the 7th, he threw 18 pitches as the 2-1 pitch is fouled off back to the backstop. The count even at 2-2. Gazzo digs back in the left-hander's batter's box. 2-2 offering, swung on and missed. Struck him out. Gazzo goes down on strikes on a high fastball from Santana. And there's 1 away in the top of the 8th.
The center fielder, number 7, from West Virginia, Brandon White.
A dangerous hitter Comes to the plate for the Orleans Firebirds as the Firebirds down by 1, 3-2. First pitch in there for strike one, clipping the inside corner.
This is one guy they've been unable to kind of get off the base pass. He's been wreaking havoc all night.
0-1 pitch. This is outside for a ball count, 1-1. White has reached base twice on 2 singles. Both of them were infield singles.
I mean, just having him lead off a base with the threat of a steal, I think, really gets in the back of the mind of every pitcher that, you know, that's pitching to him when he's on base.
The 1-1 offering. In there for strike 2, count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Someone said the word ball. It was not home plate umpire Vincent Alexander Medina. He called it a strike. The 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, count 2-2. Base pass empty, 1 out. 2-2 offering, swung on and missed from Brandon White. He goes down swinging back-to-back strikeouts from Christian Santana.
Number 8, the right fielder from the University of
Put a
Arizona.
little extra mustard on that one, kind of
Frazier.
jacking up the fastball, putting some heat to that one.
And he gets a strikeout back-to-back times with high fastballs. And it's so hard from a hitter. It's almost as if that ball rises and picks up speed. The first pitch to the 2-hitter, Matt Frazier, swung on and line to second, easily caught by Casals. It's a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. We'll be back with the bottom of the 8th. Mariners 3 and the Orleans Firebirds 2.
As this broadcast is brought to you by Chatham Bars Inn. The Beach House Grill at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa is the perfect spot for a seaside lunch or evening clam bake. A proud member of leading hotels of the world. Visit Stars Restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn and Spa for a World Resort Climbing experience. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Mariners, the catcher, number 21. from
That's Logan
Fort
Driscoll.
Hamilton,
Logan Driscoll set to step into the left-hander's batter's box. Mariners on top of the Orleans Firebirds, 3-2 in the bottom half of the 8th. First pitch is swung on and driven to left field. Moving back to the track is Aldretti as he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And Driscoll gave that ball quite a ride to left field.
And the wind patterns actually changed a bit as this game has gone on. We saw Morris's ball before. That might have gone a couple more feet, but now the wind's kind of blown out more, almost dead center, almost a little bit more, not as much to left center.
And Ray Gill out of Florida steps into the right-hander's batter's box. First pitch to Gill misses outside from Kevin Kelly. Kelly came on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. A wild pitch allowed Gabe Rivera to score. Ray Gill's teammate from third base as the 1-0 pitch is in there for strike one from Kelly. 1-1 pitch. This is low. Count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Gill has really put a lot of good at-bats at the plate tonight, and we're just seeing him really working the count on every pitcher he faces. I mean, talk about Brandon Wright wreaking havoc on us on the base pass. Talk about these two Miami Hurricanes. I mean, they're doing everything right now. Doing everything right.
Two one pitch is chopped over towards second. A slow roller to McAfee. Throw to first. Is it time? It beats Ray Gill by a half step. The ball was deflected by the pitcher. Kevin Kelly, and then it was over to second base where McAfee made a throw onto first. Just barely beat Ray Gill. So 2 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Mariners on top of the Firebirds 3-2. And the 9-hitter, Cam Thompson, steps up to the plate. The left-hander's batter's box and takes strike one. Kelly steps off the mound, now steps back onto the rubber. Base path's empty, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. 0-1 pitch, swung on, line to left field for a base hit. And the Mariners have a runner aboard with 2 outs. And it's back to the top of the order for the Mariners as Chris Galland steps into the right-hander's batter's box.
The left fielder from Boston College, Chris Galland.
At bat number 5 for Chris Galland. 9 hits for the Mariners. Put 3 runs on the board. Compared to 5 hits for the Firebirds. Runner going. Throw down a second is not in time as the pitch was in there for a strike. So the count 0-1. But the piece of big importance is that Cam Thompson has advanced to second base and put himself in scoring position.
No, that's a big. I mean, if they can get an insurance run right here, that'd be big if they get a single.
Normally, people think about Galland as the big speed threat for Harwich, but it's Cam Thompson who comes up with a big steal.
I think they have multiple guys that could actually lead off. I mean, Angler can really use it at will.
The 0-1 pitch misses outside. Count 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, with Thompson, I mean, he can hit the ball. He can run a little bit. Ben Norman, who's in the game for Nate Eichhoff, he can run a bit too, and he can hit. I mean, there are multiple guys that he can put on the lineup card each day that could lead off. There's not just one guy.
2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Harwich Mariners lead the Orleans Firebirds 3-2. Runner on second base is Cam Thompson. As Galland is out of the right-hander's batter's box, as Jax Groshans meets at the mound with Kevin Kelly. Groshans retreats back behind home plate. One pitch upcoming in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch. This is low, clips the bottom part of the zone. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spoke a little bit too soon there. Looked like it was a little bit low and outside, but home plate umpire Vincent Alexander Medina gives the benefit of the doubt to the pitcher Kevin Kelly.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks down there.
The 1-2 pitch misses low. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Delivery is a little bit deceiving from Kevin Kelly. As he goes.
It's a sidearm, like
sidearm pitcher.
Darren O'Day type stuff going on here.
Pitches right around halfway. Not quite 1/4 like you see some guys go all the way submarine. As the pitcher Kelly steps off the mound and looks back. Cam Thompson at second base.
Just makes it a little bit harder for batters to really kind of see the spin coming off the movement.
2-2 pitch is fouled off by Galland. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But yet a lot of guys go into that almost sidearm just so they can get the move they want, whether on their two-seam fastball or off speed. So I guess, you know, whatever works, I don't mind it.
Thompson leads off second, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Mariners on top 3-2. The 2-2 offering to Gallen. Swung on, ground ball down the first base line. Trouble handling it is Wyatt. He'll toss to first for the out. Really nice job covering at first base by Kelly, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th inning. Gallen's speed almost got him a base hit, but at the end of 8, it is the Mariners 3. And the Firebirds 2 will be back with the top half of the 9th inning.
Top of the 9th inning for the Firebirds, the catcher from Kansas.
Back in the top half of the 9th inning, Mariners lead the Firebirds 3-2. And it's Jax Groshans who leads off for the Firebirds. New pitcher for the Harwich Mariners, Andrew Miziazik. Had a strong 2.70 ERA and a 1.08 whip for Northeastern as the first pitch to Groshans is fouled off to the backstop. Again, whip is walks plus hits per innings pitched. You're under 1.25, you're doing quite well. 1.08 is excellent. The 1.01 pitch to Groshans is grounded into right left field for a base hit. So the leadoff man aboard for the Orleans Firebirds. It's the middle of the order, so it's not going to get any easier
Number
for Miziazik.
34, the first baseman from Louisville, Logan Wyatt.
Groshans has had himself quite a day. A single back in the 4th, a home run in the 6th, and a single to lead off the 9th.
If he counts fielder's choice, then he's reached base practically every single at-bat.
First pitch runs upstairs and inside on Logan Wyatt. And Wyatt's no easier to deal with than Jax Groshans. Wyatt had nearly a 500 on-base percentage this past year. The 1-0 pitch misses low in the count, 2 balls and no strikes to Wyatt.
He also led the ACC in on-base percentage and doubles. He's an all-ACC first-team member, third-team All-American.
Groshans leads off first. The 2-0 pitch comes upstairs and inside and hits Logan Wyatt. So runners on first and second with no outs in the top of the 9th inning. Miziazik struggling to start his top of the 9th inning. And Logan Driscoll heads out to the mound to have a chat with Miziazik. Looks to just cool him down a little bit.
The umpire's gathering now almost over by first base. Don't know what they could be discussing. I don't think it was intentional or anything like that.
The
So
only question possibly is, could that ball have hit the bat
Number 9,
Yeah,
the left
that's true.
fielder from Arizona
of
State,
Wyatt while it ended up
Carter
hitting him?
Aldrete.
And Aldrete looks like he's about ready to get into the right-hander's batter's box, but head coach Steve Englert of the Harwich Mariners goes out to the mound to have a chat with the pitcher for the Harwich Mariners, Andrew Miziazik. The entire infield comes in for the meeting. Coach Englert jogs back to the dugout. Runners on first and second, no outs for the Orleans Firebirds. Grosjean's on second, Wyatt on first, and Carter Aldrete steps into the right-hander's batter's box. Aldrete squares around a bunt as Yazik steps off the mound to look back Jax Grosjean's at second base.
seems like they're going to try to run the real play here. See, I think first base is going to charge in. Might actually be able to get him at third if it's right at Lipsius.
Aldrete squaring around a bunt once more. Pulls back and the pitch misses low. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the 9th inning, it's the Mariners 3 and the Firebirds 2. Aldrete stands back in the right-hander's batter's box, squares around to bunt once more. The pitch. The bunt is fouled off of the catcher's gear of Driscoll, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Orleans really trying to manufacture a run here.
And you mentioned Lipsius standing in at first base. Orleans would love to have 2 runners in scoring position. Aldrete squaring around a bunt once more. The 1-1 pitch gets the bunt down, fielded by Lipsius. At first, he'll toss over to the second baseman, Casals, who's covering first base for the first out of the inning. But the runners on second and third for the Orleans Firebirds with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Mariners 3, Firebirds 2.
Number 12, the third baseman.
That was a great
from
bunt by
Louisville,
Aldrete.
Justin
Lipsius, the place he can go with first base. Unfortunately, that was such a good bunt. That's the only play he had.
Justin Lavey, the 6th hitter in the order, is 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right. The pitch in there for strike 1. Grosjean's off third, Wyatt off second, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Mariners on top by 1. 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The infield playing back, looking like they're willing to concede the run. They don't want to allow a base hit through a hole that would score 2. That's, I'm guessing, why they're playing back. The 0-2 pitch misses outside. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wouldn't be surprised to see Miziazik throw a couple pitches outside the zone, try to get a strikeout out of Lavey. The 1-2 delivery, swung on and missed, struck him out. Lavey goes down on strikes.
And that is a timely strikeout now, as they're just 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
And here comes
Number
Quincy
5,
McAfee.
second baseman from Pepperdine.
And that's the hat trick for
The
Lavey.
runners on second and third for the Orleans Firebirds. Mariners 3, Firebirds 2. McAfee stands in the right-hander's batter's box. Miziazik gets a sign from Driscoll. First pitch misses barely in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. I think Miziasic wanted that one.
Might have been just a tad high above the letters. Driscoll really tried to frame that one, make it look more down than it actually was.
McAfee 1 for 3 on the day. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. Count 2 balls and no strikes. McAfee doubled on a fly ball to right field back in the 7th inning. Comes up in a huge situation in the top of the 9th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Mariners up by 1. The 2-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. And Logan Driscoll wants a moment to speak things over with Andrew Miziasic.
I think that's the last thing McAfee might have expected. There was a 2-0 curveball for a strike.
The off-speed pitch just barely hit the bottom part of the zone.
It's a good-looking breaking ball, though, by Miziasic.
Two-one offering. In there for strike 2. Just clips the inside corner. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Orleans. Mariners on top by 1, 3-2 in the top of the 9th.
He's really locating those pitches really well. Those last 2 pitches right at the knees.
The 2-2 pitch to McAfee. Inside, ball 3. And a full count to Quincy McAfee. That ball ran well inside. Almost clipped him. And they'll do it again. It'll be a payoff pitch upcoming to the 7-hitter, Quincy McAfee. Miziasic to the set. And McAfee steps out, calls time, takes a practice swing. Steps back into the right-hander's batter's box. Miziasic gets a sign from Driscoll. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, a high chopper over to 3rd. Fielded by Gill. Throw to 1st. Is in time. And the Mariners win it 3-2 on opening day. And what a great day from the Harwich Mariners pitching staff tonight. Fantastic start from Garrett Stallings. After Stallings left, Christian Santana came in, 2 innings of work, allowed just 1 hit, no earned runs, and Miziasic ran himself into trouble. But he finished off this game and gets the save. So the Harwich Mariners take this one over the Orleans Firebirds 3-2. And Thomas, what were your thoughts on tonight's game?
I think we learned a lot about this year's team. I mean, it was a great pitching performance, won by Stallings. I mean, I think their bullpen did a pretty good job too. Miziasic kind of ended up able to close the door. So, I mean, it looks like Miziasic might be kind of on but might be looking forward as the closer, maybe the way he's able to work out of that jam. And I think on the offensive side, I think we really saw some rising stars in Gabe Rivera and Ray Gill. And I think just top to bottom, this whole lineup's working, flowing really well. So, England has some decisions, you know, as I said before, a lot of guys that I believe could lead off. So, we'll see what England does with the scorecard, or the batting order. The batting card, so going forward.
Couple of Miami freshmen record 6 of the Mariners' 9 hits. That's Gabe Rivera and Ray Gill. It was a double from Lipsius, a single from Gallen, and a double from Tanner Morris. That was all the offense the Mariners had tonight. It was enough as they took this game by a score of 3-2. So, for my broadcasting partner, Thomas Inzarella, I'm Austin Rooney, saying so long from White House Field.